The most beautiful country on earth, 3 most livable cities in Canada, over 14,000 graduates, and 20 unique programs in English. Welcome to Canada. Welcome to Sprott Language College. This is Ilyas. As the Pathway Program Manager and the Marketing Manager for Europe, I will share with you today how you can live, study, and work in Canada. Canada stands out with its safe, multicultural society, quality of education, and high living standards. These things make Canada one of the most reputable countries in the world. It is also more affordable to study in Canada than other countries like the US and UK. Here, you can meet and study with students from over 75 different countries and also study and work through our career college. Or you can enroll in our Pathway program to study at Canada's top colleges and universities while working 20 hours per week to obtain work experience in an English-speaking country. If you want to be a part of this great experience at Sprott Language College, apply today. Now it's time for Canada.
Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome to SSLC's Pathway webinar series. My name is Ilyas. I'm the Pathway Program Manager here at SSLC, joining you once again from Vancouver. I hope everyone is doing well and staying safe. This is our second webinar of the day. We had a special reopening webinar in the morning for our current and returning students here in BC in our Vancouver and Victoria campuses, as well as our career college VICCC. So we are so excited to reunite with our students, our teachers, our staff, and my colleagues here next Monday, July 6th. And today we have Toronto Film School and Yorkville University joining our Pathway webinar series, and we have Regine and Daniel representing Toronto Film School and Yorkville University. Hi guys, how are you today?
Hey Ilyas, thanks for having us. I'm Regine. I'm the Regional Director of International Recruitment, and I'm here today, actually tonight in Toronto time, which is great. It's not that hot right now. It was very hard in the morning, so it was difficult for us to, catch up with the heat and everything. So, but it's better right now. And yeah, I'm here to give you a lot of good news about Yorkville University and Toronto Film School.
Great. And yourself, Daniel?
My name is Daniel. I'm International Admissions Advisor from Toronto Film School and Yorkville University. I'm here to actually present to you one of the best schools, the best film school in Canada. Okay, I'm gonna talk a little bit more about during the presentation that I have for you guys. Ilyas, thank you very much for this opportunity for us to actually have this conversation with you. I was in the Sprott shop here in Toronto right before the COVID, which was amazing. Heather got me like over there, and it was such a nice presentation as well. So now in this new world, we have to enjoy these opportunities that we have to achieve more people and talk to more students, and we really appreciate that.
Exactly. So thank you guys again for joining us tonight. It's a pleasure to have you on our Pathway webinar series. And I'd like to thank everyone for joining our webinars weekly, tuning into our webinars, asking questions, and following us on our social media platforms. So I'd like to thank everyone once again. So you guys said it's really hot in Toronto right now, is it?
It was 32. It was 32 3 hours ago or something. But for me, I'm Brazilian. My hometown was the average 32, so I'm kind of feeling myself at home, maybe, or something.
Wow. You know what? It's July 2nd, and we still get some rain here, and the weather is around 14 degrees here. So we, I think summer is around the corner for us, but maybe not just yet. So we'll see. So it's good that you guys are enjoying the sunshine.
Yes, we are surviving from the cold. I mean, it's at least it's sunny. It's not, thanks God. I mean, even in winter, it's not too bad, but at least it's sunny and we see sun a lot. That's
Yeah,
great.
you guys deserve it a lot. You guys deserve it more than us because you sometimes get tough winters there. But
sometimes we have
our
minus
winters
32. What we're having, the same one we have in positive, sometimes we have negative. So good to have that.
So our winters are of course more mild here, but in the summertime, of course, still we are at about 16 degrees still. All right, so tonight we're going to talk about Toronto Film School and its programs, admission requirements and procedures, as well as Yorkville University's programs, and what these two institutions offer. And of course, we're going to talk about how our students, our current students and our prospective students can easily transition from our Pathway program, which is our EP program, English for Post-Secondary Education, how they can easily transition from us, from our institution, from SSLC, to your institutions. We just had a comment from Pedro. He's saying, nice program. Thank you for nice comments. We are live on Crowdcast tonight. We are also live on Facebook, as well as on our website. So we have viewers from all around the world. So I hope we're going to have a very good webinar with you too, and we're going to learn a lot about your institutions tonight. So I'm looking forward to exploring more about your programs and learning more about your programs. So who wants to start first? Do you want to talk about your institutions first, Rojin, and then maybe we can go ahead with Daniel's presentation? But maybe just before that, before you start, why don't we quickly watch a video about Toronto Film School so we get an idea about what we are talking about here.
Absolutely.
Sure. Jem, can you play us the video, please? Thank you. Here we are.
I was looking online and I found him. I think I killed him. Filmmaking is an incredible journey, but never an easy one. Making a film is really an enormous undertaking.
Shoot dates can be tough. Sometimes you feel like you're not going to make it to the end of the day.
There are times you want to quit. There's times you won't believe in yourself. Toronto Film School students are special because of the program they go through. We've done a lot of time.
They come in and they're sort of like these newborns.
We assume that these things know what's best for us because we're too dumb to think for ourselves.
Scared of COVID? No, just nervous.
We can't stop now. We don't know what this machine can do. Innovation requires risk.
Early mornings, long days, late nights.
Welcome to the madness.
Pulled your gun out on a civilian.
His job, It's gonna burn you up.
Oh, you're shooting a movie? That's so cool.
Not only do you have to be really creative, you have to be organized and precise.
What do you want?
I want this bus.
No. What do you want?
And he could be psychologically tough.
What's the matter? What's he done now? I didn't think you would go like this. It's not even me. Is everything all right?
Oh.
Filmmaking's a battlefield.
You have a million reasons to quit, and one reason to keep going.
Believing that if you keep pushing forward, you will get it done.
You shouldn't surround yourself with these things. You don't understand. Just leave them alone. It's just paper. It's enough.
Seeing your film on the big screen, it's an unbelievable experience. It'll last you a lifetime.
All right. Thanks for the video.
Great video. That was a great video.
Exactly. Yeah. Go ahead, Roger.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much for playing that video. And to be honest, we get a lot of videos. Like there is a lot, like it's tons. If you go to the YouTube, you'll see tons of them. If you go to our website, you'll see a lot of videos. If you wanted to check it out on YouTube or in our website, but I haven't seen this one, and I really loved it. So thanks again for thanks again for being here today, everybody. It's a great pleasure to having you tonight. I'm here very excited to share with you a lot of great stuff tonight with my colleague Daniel about Toronto Film School and Yorkville University. And I wanted to briefly talk about how is everything going in Canada firstly, because I see there is a lot of students that they are not in Canada yet, and they, in this strange world, they are just trying to find out how is everything going in Canada? I mean, how is the COVID-19 is, affecting everybody? So here tonight, I would like to share with you a little bit of a story of, myself. I'm an immigrant. Daniel is an immigrant. Most of us are immigrants, and we are actually, I would say, on my side, that I'm doing great. I really love it in Canada. It's an amazing country, supportive. Comparing to any other, I was thinking of even US like a couple of years ago, and after this COVID-19 and how everything, the crisis management went with Canada, I was very surprised. And I said, okay, I will never go anywhere else, and I'll stay here. And I really enjoy being in Canada, staying in Toronto, the multicultural city, or even in Vancouver. Beautiful city with great weather, and I really love it here because I had this opportunity to work. Actually, when I went Toronto Film School, when I got into Toronto Film School for the first time, when the elevators opened in our Davisville campus, which we have fashion design and everything, we'll get in there. I was like, oh my God, can I ever work here? It's a very beautiful, and very friendly place to work. So it's obviously a great place for everybody to, study here, because I was seeing the students going everywhere with a lot of, beautiful labs that we have. I was very excited to work, and now that I'm still there for 3 years, I really enjoy my work and my colleagues and everybody, like students. I see how lovingly they are doing their programs. I would say that it's for some people, they think that it's like heaven here, I would say yes, if you work hard, if you study here, because you need English, you need education, and then you'll find your path finally. And in this strange world that we are, for those who already started online programs, are being very successful, and they are really doing great job, because we started in April. The online program went pretty well, and students were very happy that they started. We are still doing it for July as well, that Daniel's going to go through that one as well. So as Ilyas also mentioned, that we have the Esl Pathway with SSLC school. I think it will be a great opportunity for you guys. You don't have to take IELTS. We'll accept that certificate when you're achieving that certificate. When you get into that level, you can directly get into our programs, our degree programs and our diploma programs. So yes, we have degree and we have diploma that you're going to get into there. There is another great news that we have, that we are offering bursaries for Yorkville University through SSLC, that we are working on it. So I'm not going to say that I'm going to promise, but I'm working on it, and I hope that we can get this work. Any students that are coming from SSLC school, they'll be eligible to get that 10,000 bursary for our degree program.
Wow. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yes.
So it's a surprise for me as well. Thank you.
Yeah, so it's kind of an appreciation that we are having. I mean, we are part of you, and with great pleasure with all of our programs that are the degree programs in Vancouver and Toronto. So you'll be eligible if you are coming from graduating from SSLC.
Great.
And yeah, this is one of those great news that I said I'm going to share with you. And I also wanted to say that for our July and October, this bursary probably will be eligible. It's only for 2020 if you can start online any of our program. If you're already eligible for any of our, for July or October intake, then we'll look into your, documents and everything. If you are admissible, so you'll be eligible to get that bursary, hopefully.
Great.
And yeah.
Thank you so much for offering this scholarship to our students and announcing this here. And this is what we are trying to do, actually. We are, by these webinars, these pathway webinars, and through other marketing efforts, we are trying to connect our students with our pathway partners, and we're trying to find them the right program, and help, because being an international student can be sometimes tough. They have a lot of questions in mind. They don't know where to start from, and we are here to help our students, both who are in Canada or overseas, and we try to, if we can provide them this extra scholarship. You're talking about $10,000 here. It means a lot for international students. Every dollar, every penny counts when it comes to international education. So it's a great opportunity for our students, our current and prospective students, to get to know these opportunities. So thank you for offering that. And we are trying to, be the bridge between our pathway partners and our students, so that they can ask their questions. If they have any questions in mind specific to any institution, any of our partners, we get the answers right from the source, in which case it's you guys right now, and then we're trying to convey the right message to them, and we are happy to be a part of this process and be a bridge between our students and our partners. So thank you again.
You're most welcome. And I would say that this bursary is for some specific regions. We have it for Turkey, for Iran, for Africa. Daniel, do we have it for Brazil?
I have for Latin America. I have it.
Do you have it for Latin America? That's great. And so we'll see that, where they are coming from, those regions that they are eligible. For Vietnam, we have it. So we'll see that, we have to go through the documents. And so, yes, I think it's going to be very helpful. On the other hand, what we are offering right now is our online program that Daniel get into this, that the online programs are also, students are saving a lot of money. They don't pay like international students, they pay like domestic students. That's a lot of money you're saving. If you're international, we'll see if you're eligible for bursary, but if you starting online, then this is going to be another amazing opportunity for you, that you're saving living expense. You take all the credits from our school, and then you will be eligible for to pay as our domestic students. You don't pay international fees for Yorkville University. And so, yeah, this is all we are going to talk about today. I would like to say that start thinking smart, save money as much as you can. If there is any schools, I'm not talking about us, if there is any school that you're interested in, those programs they're offering online, go for it. We are living in a strange world. Doesn't matter, being on campus is going to happen soon. Maybe not now, but don't waste your time. You cannot go back, and never going to go back with the time. You cannot buy your time anytime. That you cannot pay for any money. Like how much do you want to pay to get your time back? And you don't want to like waste your time staying at home and counting all those confirmed coronavirus cases, but just focus on your studies
and keep
so
moving.
we are here to just help you guys. We'll try to do our best to support the students, and this is Yorkville University, 16 years of going online programs. So we are expert and experienced on it, and we have a lot of testimonials from our students that they say how great they were in online programs. So I don't want to talk a lot, and we'll pass it to Daniel. Let's go through the presentation and everything else.
All right. Sure. Daniel, the stage is yours. Let's get to know more about your programs.
Sure.
And then we will invite Rojin back on stage, because we can't have multiple screens when you have your presentation on. So we'll invite her during the Q&A session in the end. If questions arise, or I have some questions during your presentation, I may interrupt you. Or if I get questions, I may ask you right on the spot. But in the end, I'll ask maybe a few more questions, and then we'll wrap it up there.
Sounds good, then. Thank you very much one more time. As Rojin was saying, it is, I would say, strange times, because this changed a little bit from the institutions, for example, from the side of the students, that I don't know where you're from, right? I come from Brazil, Rojin come from a different country, you come from a different country. Everyone joins here in Canada, right? So this is where we actually meet. And if you're here right now, you make the first step on your life change, right? So that's what you want to go. You want to come to Canada. Doesn't matter if it's Vancouver, doesn't matter if it's Toronto. You want to come here. If you do not have the perfect English yet, and you want to come here, you're gonna go to Sprott College. You're gonna learn your language, where you're gonna get that level of English, so you can actually come to our pathway partner, which are Toronto Film School and Yorkville University. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen. I'm not sure if I'm gonna see myself. Sometimes I talk a lot with my hands, so it's going to be a challenge not to see myself and see myself doing that. So let me share this. I hope.
Just once you share your screen, just continue to be yourself, even if you don't see you. It's okay.
Sounds good. Yes, that's what I. That's
yeah,
what
we can still see you.
That's good. That's good. Okay, so Toronto Film School and Yorkville University, what I'd like to present you is, I'd like sometimes to present that to the students. Sometimes they do not understand the link between them. We have Toronto Film School here. We have Yorkville University. I hope you can see because I'm actually showing my hands.
Yeah.
They can work separately and they can work together, right? So you can come here to Toronto Film School. You get a diploma, creative arts, film production, writing programs, video game programs, and you have Yorkville University where you have the bachelor's, right? So when you finish your diploma, you can say, you know what, I'm going further with my education. I'm gonna get a bachelor and a diploma so I can actually come to stay in the country and have lots of points on the express entry if you wish to immigrate or something like that, and if you wish to continue here in Canada. So here's where I present Toronto Film School, Yorkville University. Which one you choose, you can choose them together. They work under the same umbrella, which is Yorkville Education. So we know exactly what you see in Toronto Film School. So when you finish your diploma program, you transfer credits for Yorkville University. Okay, this is just like my introductory presentation. This is a small video that you saw, a very, 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 very good video right now, which gets me excited because I come from the film production program. So I love films. So when I see all of those videos, all those films that you guys watched are from students, right? So at the end of the film production program, we have very big screening at the Cineplex, sometimes changes the place, but we also have a festival. So you saw a video from the film program, the thesis project of the film program, which is our festival, which is amazing. People all over, everywhere can watch your movie, okay? I think that why study in Canada is almost written in everywhere that you have already researched. If you are here right now, you probably know the reason, but I cannot address enough why the importance of coming to Canada and why Canada is that amazing country that is dealing so well with the COVID, especially I think that, as Rojan was saying, because of the people, right? So we are one of the best countries dealing with that pandemic. We are getting our numbers controlled. We have spaces, as you were saying, Elias. I think you were going back to the office next Monday. Is that right?
That's right.
There you go. So, which means that my home country, I do not want to talk about my home country, but I'm the only one that can talk bad about it. Don't talk about Brazil. Only Brazilians can talk about it. We are not that bad, that good with the numbers. So why do you want to come to Canada? Right. We are number 2 in the best countries overall. We are number 2 in the best job market. We are number 3 in education rankings all over the world. Okay, we are talking about the world. We are the second most diverse country in the world. Okay, so you come here, doesn't matter where you're from, you will be treated as a person and not as an alien. Okay, we are the number 6 in entrepreneurship rankings. Canada is always, always, always number 1 in quality of life rankings. We are always fighting between Vancouver and Toronto, but it's a good fight. Okay, Canada is always on the top. I don't need to go over that to make sure that Canada, even being minus 32, it's amazing. Okay. Career in Toronto. I'm talking about Toronto only, but because Toronto Film School is the number 1 film production program in Canada now. Okay, so people thought before that the creative arts was something like more of a hobby. I want to show this, and I wish you are watching this with also your parents, because they are the ones that actually need to put that in your mind, that this is an industry, okay? So when you're making movies, you're working in an industry which made in 2020 $2.16 billion, okay? So it's not just something that you do have fun as well. if you love it, but you also make money. Okay, so there's just numbers and numbers and numbers where you can show that it's not just a passion that you're searching for. You're searching for a career. Okay, these are a lot of numbers. Toronto is blooming with productions. Pretty much all the productions are coming to Toronto. We have a Netflix hub. I'm going to show you later, and I'm going to ask you if you recognize any one of those productions. And I don't need to talk about how important Toronto is. We also have a graphic design industry, which is very, very big. And also something that gets me a little bit upset, the video game program, the video game numbers are 5 point something billion. And gets me upset because I love films. But if you love in video games and you want to create the career out of something that you like, you come to Toronto Film School, the video game programs that we do have. If you graduate, I'm not going to promise a job for you, but we have a student recently graduated. Her offer was $70K per year, right? So just for you to have in mind that it's not just a hobby. If you're talking about creative arts, you're not talking about just passion. You're talking about passion and a real career, okay? How can you achieve that? We have this prime campus location, which we actually enjoyed it for 3 or 4 months, and then we have to close it because of the COVID, but it's over there waiting for you guys. We have 5 new studios over there, amazing studios. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful campus. I am in love. It was just like, one of the things that I most felt having to work from home was that missing that beautiful campus. I'm talking about how you can enjoy the campus yourself when you're there, okay? It's created to inspire, which is a very good place to be, not only to learn, but also to hang around, right? Between classes, you're just over there, you're talking to other people, and I'm gonna show you which kind of people you're talking to. As I said before, we are #1 school in Canada, and this rank is more about, for example, what does the program teaches you, who teaches you, who is teaching you, and what the students do after they graduate, right? So this is how the ranks go. If we are #1 in Canada, we are very good at teaching the students. We have a very complete program. We also have the best teachers teaching you, and we also have the students working when they graduate. Okay, other numbers as well. These are the programs that we do have. I'm going to focus on right now. So if you do not think that you have 100% sure what you want, we can sit down and have a conversation and know exactly what you like, But if you're from the film industry and something that you're interested in, film production, acting for film, TV, and theater, and the writing for film and TV. These are the main ones focused on the film, okay, and TV, of course. We also have a graphic design and interactive media, which is our graphic design program. This is only program I'm putting an asterisk on that because of the time. All these programs are 1.5 years. Graphic design is 1 year. And we also have the video game programs, which is video game design and animation and video game design and development. They are pretty much the base of what you need to learn about video games, how to create video games, okay? Your career in acting, sometimes the students say, you know what, I want to be an actor. It's acting for TV, film, and theater. So you will get all of those 3 knowledges, right? So theater is one thing, film is one thing, TV is another thing. You will get knowledge in all of 3 of them. You can be a theater actor or film or a TV actor, exactly. I'm just putting myself in the run. You also get knowledge on the writing process. You get knowledge on the production process as well. You can be a voiceover artist, and I'm putting a voiceover very big so you can actually understand what I'm going to talk about voiceover. You can be an acting instructor, and you can be a commercial actor, right? We have a very recent graduate, which is Gabriel Darko. Look for Gabriel Darko. He graduated. He went to a commercial on Tim Hortons. If you do not know Tim Hortons, you still do not know Canada. And he is now in a show on Netflix, Right Outdoors, right? Which is an amazing thing. Our film production, as I said, one more time, I'm going to talk about film production, being on the film production background. Lots of students, they say, I love films. I love films. Yes, you were going to say that's something?
There's a quick question here from Laura. She's asking how long the programs are. Are you going to talk about this in the end, or?
Yes, I can talk about now. All those programs, minus the graphic design, is 1.5 years. 18 months program. Okay. 18 months are divided in 3 terms. So there are 6 terms of 3 months, and they are together. So if you have a comparison with other diplomas here in Canada, it will be similar to a 2-year diploma. Okay. So you have that in 18 months because we do not have the summer break. Right.
I see.
So you'll have three straight, one after another. So when you graduate, you have your diploma in 18 months. The graphic design one is the only one that we have in 1 year. All the other ones are 18 months. Got the question?
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. If I don't see the question, so I just see my presentation because just hit me.
Don't worry, I'll ask them.
Interrupt in anytime you want. So where the student works and the roles, most of the students, especially me before I came here to Canada, I was used to do everything as a one-man band. Me and my partner, we were just like doing everything. We were doing lights, we were doing camera, we were doing audio, everything, directing. And when I came here, I realized how much of the spectrum you need to have to understand how a movie works. So most of the students, sometimes they come here to be directors and they find themselves in different positions. So us, Toronto Film School, being a very complete program, we can show you, and around the 2nd or 3rd term, you'll say, I don't want to be a director anymore. I want to be a camera operator, for example. I want to be an assistant director. I didn't even know what it was to be an assistant director, right? So it's a very good opportunity for the students to know themselves and understand the gears of creating a film. Us being the best film production program in Canada, we give you knowledge through the whole process of the film, not only how to make it, not only the ideation, but also in the last term that we do have is the marketing and distribution, for example. So there are a lot of schools that you will learn how to make a movie, and you will have a movie at the end of the day. But what are you going to do with that, right? So we have the knowledge in the whole spectrum of that. Speaking of film production, we are having also the work placement. The work placement is the only film production is the only program that we have with work placement where the student can actually extend their visa. Okay, they can actually extend their study visa in 6 months or 12 months, and we will make them work in a real position that will probably not get as soon as they get out for 3 months. So it's a very good opportunity for the students to work here in Canada. They will work part-time with the student permit, okay? And we, as an institution where knows a lot of production houses, and all the teachers are probably working in production houses as well, will have the opportunity for the students to put the students in those positions, okay? Writing program, if you know a writer, the writer knows itself. You're always writing and you're always having your journals and this kind of stuff. We do teach also not only the screenwriter, staff writer, story editor, but we also give the knowledge on the production, as you can be a executive producer or a studio producer as well. So it's not only writing, but also in the production itself, right? Graphic design and interactive media, I think I don't even need to talk about it. But nowadays, there is no company in the world that does not need a logo or does not need a graphic designer or someone to have a social media working for them, okay? So it's one of the things that you can be. You can be a visual artist, art director, brand designer, web designer, motion graphics, interactive designer. The first video that you saw here, Elias was talking and I was already looking at the motion graphics. A very good one, amazing. Congratulations to your graphic designer. Video game design, we have the video game design and animation and video game design and development. So the students that are more kind into the development, more into the programming, design, and development. If they are more into the artistic part, almost graphic designers. They think about being designers, but not only graphic designers. They love video games, video game design, and animation. Okay. The good thing about this, our first term, as either one, you need to have the knowledge. So on the first term, sometimes the students say, you know what, I wanted the animation, but I'm actually keen into the development. No problem. On the first semester, the first term, we can actually exchange them with that. Where you can be a concept artist, game designer, audio programmer, project management. You learn how to create video games. If you like video games, you know how to do it. Things that sets us apart from other institutions, I think this is one of the good things. Small class sizes, right? So we have not more than 23, 24 students. If we have 27, we create a different class. Why we want that? Because we want these students to have a relationship with the teachers, and they need to know your name. We want to create that environment where you know who you're working with, and you know the teachers, because those teachers can be your future colleagues or your future bosses, right? So we do have those small class sizes that are directed for that relations. We want the students to know who they are working with. Cross collaboration. When I was talking about the campus, I was talking about exactly about this cross collaboration. When I was talking about the voiceover artist for the acting program, I'm talking about the cross collaboration. So we have in the same building, writing, acting, and film production. Film production people need actors. Actors need to build their portfolios. We have someone making videos and making films all the time. So they need each other. Sometimes they need someone to look at their scripts. We have the writing, right? We have one of those 5 studios that we do have, they are motion graphics. So we have cameras all over the studio. So the video game people, when they create their their games, they have acting students working, wearing that vest and creating the 3D animation from their creations. All those characters need voices. Who are giving them voices? People from voiceovers. So the actors are getting together and having knowledge in creating video games, getting control of their own voices or of their body. So for example, if I use those black suits with white balls, I don't know if you saw this already. And if I say, you know what, my character is an elephant, imitate an elephant, I would not do it, but an actor would. So that's why we have that cross collaboration, which I think is amazing. You create movies with free actors that wants to work for you because they want to create their own portfolio. You only have here as well. Real world education, which means that who are the people teaching you and what they are teaching you. If you're being taught by a director, it's a real director. If you're being taught camera operating, you are being taught by someone that operates the camera as a full-time job, right? They are not teaching you from a book. They are teachers. They are real professors, okay? So they are getting you ready for the real world, okay? How can we make sure that these teachers were going to teach you well? Our directors will make sure of that. So if I show you our teachers, I can actually show you their IMDb. So for example, you see that guy, Rob Elmsworthy. The guy is the director from the video game program, the guy with the dreads. If you like video game, or if you haven't heard about video game, if you know GTA or Red Dead Redemption 2, this guy was one of the creators of this video games, right? So which means that what we are telling you, what we are making, is what is happening right now, okay? I'm not going through everything because I think I get excited, talk too much. Mm-hmm. If you guys know any one of those productions at Handmaid's Tale, Schitt's Creek, I'd say Red Dead Redemption, as I said, shot here in Toronto. We have students working for them. We have teachers working for them. We have our director is actually the student. He's now a teacher for us. He when we can bring him to teach us. That's what he does. You guys know any one of those productions? This guy works doing that. Okay. Andrew Barnsley is the executive producer in residence, and he have made one of the Canadians' first comedy shows, which is very, 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 very being watched on Netflix. And which means that if someone is teaching you what is going on, you want to say, okay, but what's going on? This is what's going on. Okay, I'm going to show you exactly what they are doing and how they are doing. Students are making their marks. All of those productions, as I said, we have students. We have a recent student that is from a film production, and he was doing the VFX for Suicide Squad, which means that you have the whole gamma of the writing, the production, even the VFX. Okay, our student winning awards, and that's pretty much about Toronto Film School. Okay, so you graduated from Toronto Film School. Okay, you got your diploma. Now you want to stay here in Toronto. You want to stay here in Canada. What you're going to do? Now it's the time that I introduce you to Yorkville University. Okay. So Yorkville University is one of the... yes, go ahead.
Daniel, before we go on to Yorkville University and the pathway
yes.
from Toronto Film School to Yorkville, I have a few questions here for Toronto Film School. Actually, there are two questions I see here. Melike asked if it's hard to get into Toronto Film School. Are we going to talk about this later, or should we talk about the admission requirements or how to get into your program? Should we talk about it now, or are you going to talk about it later on?
We can talk about it now if you want. I think that is it hard to get into Toronto Film School? One of the things you need to study at Sprott first to get the English. So it's one of the things that you do need. You need to have the an English for academic purpose, because the teachers, they will speak as you understand what they're doing. So I hope you understand what they're saying when you're holding a $200,000 camera, right? So you need to have at least the English. One of the things that we do need also is the study permit that we can actually apply for the visa after. You also
invite Rojin for this as well. Shall we invite Rojin on the stage just for a quick Q&A?
Let me stop sharing so you can actually bring her up.
Okay, let's bring her up, and then let's talk about the admission process, the procedure, and the requirements, and then maybe we can talk about the pathway from TFS to Yorkville, and then you can open your presentation later on.
Perfect.
There she is. So, okay, here we are again. We're back on stage. Yes. So, let's talk about, I just want to talk about Toronto Film School's admission requirements before we go on to Yorkville and the pathway between your institutions. There's a great question from Melike. We were just talking about it. Is it hard to get into Toronto Film School's programs? Do students need to submit an audition? Do they need to have a portfolio for your graphic design programs, for example, or what do they need? Okay, they will come and study with us with SSLC. They go to our pathway program, our EP program, and then at that stage, we are once they accepted into SSLC, we are able to apply to TFS or Yorkville with our letter of acceptance, and then we apply to your institutions. And then what happens? Can you guide us this process?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Daniel, for your great presentation. So for the students who are applying for any of our programs, they have to have the general, requirements for academic part, which is English. First and foremost, they have to have passport. They have to have a minimum of high school diploma, and they have to be 18 years and above.
Okay.
So these are the basic things. For each programs, we have portfolio requirements, which is, well, if you get in hard, you get out easier. So I don't want to scare you off. It's not that hard. And that's why our admission advisors are there. So they're going to help you and guide you to get in there. So it's not that hard. We'll help you out to collect all of the required documents. One of the best thing about Toronto Film School and Yorkville University is that we will try to look into all of the requirements that you're applying, so you don't get rejects. And it's important that you're hurting people's feeling when they are getting very interested in any programs, and then when they submit all the document requirements and they're waiting for the result, and you open your email and you say, unfortunately, you were not admissible. So we try to avoid that. We'll try to tell you that if you are eligible to apply for the program, before you are applying for everything. But again, when you submit your application, there is going to be the committee involved to see your portfolio. So we will try our best. It depends on how you're submitting your portfolio, but we will try our best to help you to submit the best. But it's not supposed to be a perfect, because our students are 18 and they just graduated in high school. You have to have a very great, tension of getting in any of our programs, but it is not that hard.
Let's say I want to change careers here and I want to become an actor, and I have no experience at all. I don't have any portfolio. I don't know what to do if you request an audition, and I want to play in Hollywood movies. Is this possible? And if I'm not eligible, if I don't have the skills, do you have any foundation programs to prepare students for your main programs at TFS?
If I may answer that one. So what the thing about is that's when you talk about admissions advisor, that's me, okay? So I'm going to help you with that. So each program have requirements. I would not say that they are hard, but they are not easy peasy. But when you talk to me, you want to be an actor. Why do you want to be an actor? Were you an actor? Were you acting when you were a child? I want to know the reasons for that. So we do have you're here to learn, okay?
So you need a letter of intent to start with, maybe.
You need an essay, pretty much a letter of intent. We have letter of intent for other programs, but for example, I'm going to give you the example of the acting, as you said.
Okay.
The acting program. We need you to do an audition. So at this point, you are not seeing the director, but you can actually make a video. And we want you to make a monologue, which is pretty much a 1-minute monologue, because we want to know if you're at least able to transparent yourself, to make yourself responsible of being someone else, and memorize at least 1 minute of monologue or text. Because if you say, you know what, I want so much to be an actor, but I cannot memorize lines, you probably can get into the program, but I'm not sure if you'll get out of it, because you have to memorize lines, because you're playing someone else all the time. On the film production, for example, I can go to all the details on every program. Talk to me, send me an email. We have in our very hard, please note it down, our website, which is torontofilmschool.ca. Okay. Over there, you see admissions, and you can see every program requirements. For example, on the film, we need a film critique. We need some storyboards, which is just like, how can you take the idea out of your mind and put it into a paper? Just like, it's very, I would say, if you have passion, it's easy. That's pretty much what I would say. There's a director that says, we here at Toronto Film School teach you everything but passion. So if you have passion, I'm going to help you to find, if you do not have the portfolio yet, we are going to find within and inside of you that you will be ready to start in our programs.
So you have to be a genuine applicant, and you have to have it in you so that you know what you're applying for, basically.
I mean, I would not go for a career in acting or film if I did not like it, or if I was just like, you know what, I think I'm going to make money in something that I don't like. We don't have those students, not because we separate them. It's just like there is no reason for someone to be an actor without having any knowledge on the acting. You see someone, you talk to someone in the actor, he's the clown of the class, he's talkative, every family dinner is talking, they are talking louder, Christmas presentations and this kind of stuff. You know the profile of an actor. If you want to be an actor, I can help you to get into the admissions, but I'm pretty sure that all the students that wants to join us, they have that inside of them.
I've been hosting these Pathway webinars on a weekly basis. Do you think I can submit my webinars as an audition?
One of the rules of the audition is that you have to be 6 foot away from 7 foot away from the camera, so we make sure that you're not reading something and you memorize at least 1 minute monologue.
Or is it because of COVID-19 we have to be 2 meters apart now, even from the cameras?
From the cameras we have to be 2 meters because we do not want you to read anything. Because on the phone, so lots of students are actually doing like that, but they're actually reading, so you do not want that.
I promise I'm not reading anything. It's all coming out of my mouth somehow. All right, thank you for answering that question. So in short, if we were to answer Melike's question, I believe nothing is hard as long as you try. So there's no such thing as easy in our lives. At least this is what I believe. But nothing is also hard if you work on it, and if you try hard, nothing is hard for you. You can do whatever you want if you really want it, and if you work on it. Thank you. So Yuko has a question. She's asking if work placement is different from co-op placements. Or when you are referring to work placement, are you referring to a co-op placement, cooperative education?
It's different because you're still working under the study permit.
I see. You don't have to apply for a co-op work permit. And do they get paid?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
They can get paid. And I would say something. Would you rather be paid working in this position and having this opportunity to work at this position, or would you like to work in this position and learn about this position without being paid?
And of course, lots of networking opportunities, right? I guess they work in these movies, in these projects. So it's a great opportunity for them, for their resume, for their portfolios as well.
They will be inside of
film
the
settings.
biggest film sets. Depends on what they want. So if they want to be editors, for example, they can be inside of an editing room with computers that they would not be. I'm not able to buy any of those because they're just like $3,000 or $4,000 or something like that, just the screen. So
to answer my question in regards to foundation programs, I assume you don't have anything, but you will help students to find the right path. You'll guide them. So if I have a prospective student for Toronto Film School, maybe we can just reach out to you first, send their resume, send their maybe letter of intent, what they want to do. And then maybe you can guide us and tell us, okay, I need this from you. I need a video monologue from you. You have to be 6 feet apart from the camera. And then maybe you can guide us on other stuff as well.
Definitely. Anything you need, if we need to get together with the student, do a Zoom meeting or whatever meeting that program that we use, we can get together, and I'm going through that, and I'm going to make sure that the student will get into, as you said, it's not nothing is easy, but I'm going to make sure that the student is a good fit for the program, because this is the important thing. I don't want to put the student I look at the student and I say, why do you want to be an actor? And if you cannot answer that question, I'm not sure if the program was going to be a better fit for you. So that's when we say it. So if you want that, if you choose to go that path, we're going to get you inside, because as I said, as we have a very complete program, you can enter those doors knowing nothing, just passion, and we will get out of there with the diploma in your hands, ready to be in a real set.
Great. So shall we continue on with Yorkville, or okay, there is another question here. How much can an international student earn by doing a part-time jobs in Canada? This is by Christian. I mean, I guess it depends on what you really do, right? It's really easy to find part-time jobs, especially for students, both in Toronto and Vancouver. But of course, it'll depend on what you do. But if we are talking about the minimum wages, minimum hourly wages, I believe it's $14.30 or $14.50 in Toronto now, in Ontario.
I think it's 14.5, yeah.
Okay, $14.50 per hour, and in Vancouver, it's now it's at $14.60, and next year it'll be 15 something, $15.30 perhaps. So this is the minimum that students will earn, and while they're at school, and while they're at Toronto Film School or at any school, any post-secondary institution other than language schools, they are allowed to work part-time 20 hours per week. So you can calculate that. You can just multiply 1450 times 20, and you can find out how much you'll earn minimum per week.
Exactly.
In terms of money, we're talking money here. What are your tuition fees for Toronto Film School? Maybe we can talk a bit about tuition fees, if possible.
Yeah, sure.
Programs.
So all of our courses, and I'm talking about all the courses minus graphic design, which is just 1 year. Okay. So all the other courses, they are $36,000 Canadian, plus they have to pay the 118.5 now. I think it's current international student fee as well. To be around $54,000 the whole course.
54 for 18 months.
18 months.
6 semesters.
3 semesters.
6, right?
Yes.
6 times 3. Okay. And I assume they can pay this every 3 months, every semester, or or
monthly. If they want to start to pay monthly or by term, they can choose that.
So there's a payment plan there as well.
Yes, there's a payment plan.
And if you can work out that scholarship that you promised to our students, I believe this number will go down for most of our students.
Yes, I mean, we are working on that. As Rojan said, we have not 100% sure right now. And even if I had, for example, if I had $10,000, $5,000 bursary right now for July, I don't think the students will apply for now. So even if I do have it right now, I want to think forward with those students that are going to Sprott and are trying to come to our school in January or around that. So if I had something now in October and I say, hey guys, I have this amount of money, if they are not graduating the exactly English proficiency that they do need to have, it will be worthless for them. So I'd rather say I'm working on that. Rojan is working on that. Rojan is here. So I don't know where I am right now in your screens. But we're working on that, and we want to make that international fee lower as well, because that's when I want to actually go for.
Okay. So let's say I came to study at TFS. I'm just using the short version, to Toronto Film School, TFS.
Yes.
But TFS is a private institution, and after that, I'm not able to apply for post-graduation work permit. Am I correct?
You're correct.
But But there's a but here. I can continue on to Yorkville University to do my BBA. Is it BBA?
Exactly.
Bachelor in Business Administration, and then eventually, once I earn my degree in Business Administration from Yorkville University, I am then able to apply for a PGWP and earn a work permit up to 3 years. So how does this pathway work, and what do you what other options do you have, or Yorkville is the only option, and what other programs students can take at Yorkville University? And we have a few more questions here, and we'll continue with those after you talk about your pathway.
So you would like me to go back to the presentation on YU, because that's pretty much the hook that I got into to going there.
Sure. Okay.
Okay. Okay, Rojan, I'm gonna leave you grounded again.
It's okay.
We'll invite you back.
Okay. So exactly what you're talking about. Let me come back here for the final stages of the TFS, and exactly what you're saying. So you graduate from the Toronto Film School. You enroll in the BBA pathway program that we do have at Yorkville University, and you graduate from the BBA, getting your post-graduation work permit.
And does this apply to any diploma program at TFS?
Yes, any diplomas from TFS. We do have transfer credits from any of those courses.
Okay.
We have a variation of the amount of credits that each program has. But I'm getting to that when I'm moving forward. As we spend much time, I do not want to get your time, everyone. So I was talking about Toronto Film School. Now I'm talking about Yorkville University. Let's pretend that this student wants to come straight to Yorkville University from Sprott. Okay. If they do want, they can let me go further, then I come back after. Okay. So if you're knocking our doors and say, hey, Daniel, I just graduated from Sprott. I want to get my Bachelor of Business Administration so I can actually get my post-graduation work permit in Canada. Okay, no problem. You will have, you can finish our bachelor program in 2.5 years. Having a bachelor in Canada, everyone, in a university in 2.5 years, that is, I never heard of something similar to that. You'll get your visa, and when you apply for your visa, your study permit, you'll get a 4-year study permit because that's the length of the program, okay? So as I said, in Toronto Film School, we do not have the summer break. Yorkville, we can do that with the terms, same things of the terms. You have 3 terms, 3 terms, 3 terms, 3 terms. That's why we have 4 intakes for Toronto Film School and also Yorkville University, which means that as soon as you graduate from Toronto Film School, you do not have to wait for the start intake like 3 months or 2 months or 6 months from now, depends on when you graduate. Because as soon as you graduate from Toronto Film School, we'll have an intake of Yorkville University right away, okay? They are being Jan, April, July, and October. If you make the math, they are 3 and 3 months apart of each other. If you come from the Toronto Film School, we transferred those credits that you took. Depending on the program that you graduated, we know exactly what you learned on them. So we say, for example, film production, I think I'm not 100% sure. I can go to those numbers right now. Do not blame me if I'm saying the numbers wrong. But for example, you have 21 credits of the film production. And the whole course is 100, the whole Bachelor of Business Administration is 120 credits, okay? So if you have 21 credits, which means that you have less than 100 credits. Whereas if you do not have any transfer credits, you graduate in 2.5 years. If you have transfer credits, it will be even shorter. So at the end of that, you graduate from Toronto Film School, you get your business, you get your diploma, okay? You graduated from, let's talk about film production, why not? And then you go for the BBA with project management. Now you can open your own strategic film production. Why can you do that? Because now you know almost everything about administration. You can open your own business. You're an entrepreneur. right? The actor is an entrepreneur. They have to sell themselves. So they can actually open a company as well, talking about or being an actor. Every company needs a business administrator, okay? So that's when I think that there is this link where if you think about moving forward with your education and getting a postgraduate permit will not be something disconnected. You will have that connection, okay? Talking about Yorkville University, let me go back to the campus and...
Daniel?
Yes.
Can students transfer credits to Yorkville apart from TFS, from, let's say, from their home countries? Let's say a student studied in Brazil, they studied economics or sociology or sciences. Are they able to transfer any credits to Yorkville towards their BBA degree?
Yes, yes, yes. We are one of the best of transfer credits universities in Canada as well. So we send to the academics, make sure we go out after the institution that the student graduated from. And we want to make sure that they can transfer up to 60 credits, which is half of the course, of course, right? So that's the amount of credits they can actually transfer. So if they have this background in their home country, they can bring those credits and they'll finish in 2 years and 1 year and a half, maybe, I don't know. Can you imagine that you have a bachelor for years, a university degree in Canada in less than 2 years? For me, it's kind of crazy to think about that, but correct me if I'm wrong, Elias. I think this is a very good opportunity as well.
Right. So Daniel, why don't we invite Rojin back, and then we can discuss about Yorkville as we go, and maybe we can wrap up in maybe 10 minutes here, because it's been more than an hour. Let's leave some space to some questions.
Sure.
But you were going to talk about the BBA at Yorkville, right?
Yes. So just trying to make sure that everyone understands. So Yorkville University, we do have Yorkville University here in Toronto. We also have Yorkville University in Vancouver. Okay. The difference is in Toronto we have the production management specialization, and Yorkville University in Vancouver we have 5 more specializations over there. Okay. They can transfer credits from Toronto Film School as well. Okay, to Vancouver. And if they want to bring their own home credits straight to Vancouver, they can also do. Just talk to me, and we can make sure that the most of the credits they can bring from their home country.
And you had 2 campuses in Vancouver?
Vancouver, I think we have one that was being we actually renewed this one. We renewed this one.
Westminster.
New Westminster. Yes.
Okay.
I live in New West, and it's actually we are, I believe, in the same building with Sprott College, which is our college here in BC. We're in the same building, but you had a campus in downtown as well. I'm not sure if it's still operating in downtown or if you guys moved to New West. Okay, so you have downtown and New Westminster campuses. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Think about the transfer credits. Sorry.
Sure. Can you do you have anything to add on the Yorkville side?
Yeah, I think one of the best opportunities that the students can get from Yorkville University is the programs that we are offering. First of all, it's 2.5 bachelor. It doesn't have anything less than any other school. It's just the length is shorter because we are offering the programs intensively. So instead of taking 2 semesters per year, you're taking 4 semesters per year. So this is a great opportunity for you guys to finish it off in 2.5 years, even if you're a freshman, if you don't have any backgrounds or degree programs back home. You graduate from high school, you're 18 years old, you want to start. So you're going to pass 120 credits for any of our programs that we are offering for example, or the business programs. and you will be graduating 2.5 years, and you will be eligible up to 3 years postgraduate work permit.
Rojin, at this point, since you're talking about the transfer credits and all that, I have two questions here. Sardar had a question on Facebook. He's asking if it's possible to get a PGWP, post-graduation work permit. We just answered that. That is yes. If you go move on to Yorkville and get a degree in business administration. And Yoko has a follow-up question on a PGWP from Yorkville. She's saying if a BBA finishes within 1+ year, I assume maybe in a year or so. I am not sure if it's even possible to finish it in a year. How many credits are students able to transfer? Is it maximum 60 or 90?
Maximum is, yeah, it should be 49% to be safe. Yeah, so sure. we save 49% of the credits that they are bringing, and they have to have a GPA of 14 plus 14.
So technically, they can transfer, let's say, half of the total credits, let's say 60 or maybe just less than 60. So I assume in this case, it's not possible to finish it within a year. So they should, even if they were able to, maybe I can answer this question as an RCIC myself, regulated Canadian immigration consultant. I would suggest students to complete it more than a year or 1.5 years. To be on the safe side, maybe 2 years to be eligible for up to 3 years of PGWP. Because to be eligible, it's actually up to 2 years. They will mimic the program length. If it's, let's say, 8 months, they'll give it for 8 months. If it's 1 year, you're eligible for 1 year. If it's 1.5 years or more, it can be 1.5 or 2 years. It can be 3 years, but this is not certain. So to be on the safe side of things, it's better to complete it in 2 years. And in between, I assume you can take a break and work full time, at least once per year. So you can save up on your tuition fees for your consecutive terms, right? And it will help you to offset your expenses here in Canada or your tuition fees. So it's better to do it in 2 years. But of course, this is my suggestion.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah, you're correct, Ilyas. It was a great point that you mentioned about the postgraduate work permit specifically. If the students are applying for any programs in Canada, first of all, Yorkville University, because we are offering this course minimum of 2.5 years and maximum of 4 years. So they get the study permit for 4 years. They're safe on, studying. So depending on, for example, let's say they are going to do the ESL with your school first, and then they, switch to the program, get the, they want to do it like slowly. They are taking a little bit less courses, and they are doing part-time jobs for 20 hours. They have 20 hours of part-time work permit. We offer the course in 4 years. You can finish it 2.5 years because we are offering it.
Yes.
Yes. So your study permit is for 4 years.
Yeah, it depends on how many credits you complete per semester, right? So I assume students can take up to 5 courses per semester, maybe like 15 credits, and then it'll depend on how fast you finish your courses. Yeah. So this is the system in Canada, anyways.
Yeah, it's just sometimes people do not hear that up to 2.5 years. So the length of the program, if you want to do it just like, I'm going to do it my way, I'm going to do it my own time. Normally they can actually finish in 3.5 years. They can actually finish in 4, right? So as we can do without the summer break, that's why they are getting and studying a lot. Most of these students, exactly what you said, some of these students can actually take a break after we have some limits, of course, they cannot take a break right after the second term. I think it's after the 3rd term or 4th term.
1 academic year. So 1 academic year should be passed. So 1 academic year is 3 semesters that they have to take. January, April, July, and then they can take a break and then again.
Sure.
another 3 semesters.
There you go.
Okay. How about the tuition fees of Yorkville?
So it's per credit. I can leave it with Daniel, but very quickly, I would like to say that so for the international students, it's per credit. And if you're taking it online, somehow you want to take it online, it's going to be less per credit.
Mm-hmm.
So because we don't know if you want to start from scratch, no transfer credits, nothing, no bursary. It's around 67,000 for the whole program. You get a bachelor degree, and for those kind of programs, for business, accounting, supply chain management, we have interior design program as well. So these are the programs that when you graduate, because it's a bachelor, and you're graduating from a university, you get into the you get into the work, a job, and you're gonna make your salary around what you have paid for 3 years in only 1 year. So you have to keep in mind, there are so many other programs offering, and you can just get it for, I don't know, 35, 50, even 50 in colleges or other schools. But you have to think about what is the outcome when you're graduating. Are you going to make money? Are you going to be an assistant and make 35 salary for a year? So 35K salary for a year is for an assistant, or 40. Or you're going to be a manager in a company and start with 60K. So it's all about the first step you're taking in Canada, and you have to keep in your mind which path you are going to start with. The more, it's like for yourself when you're starting in another country, especially when you are, studying, it's all investing on yourself. Mm-hmm. Whatever you're spending money, it's all investing on yourself. Exactly. And let's compare something very funny, I would say. In Ivy School, the EMBA program is $120K for 1 year and a half, almost 2 years, 1 year and a half MBA program. It's $120,000. Doesn't matter you're domestic or international. You have to pay. Sorry?
Where is this? Is it in Ontario?
It's in London, Ontario. Yes. Okay. Ivy is Western University is one of the best schools, and all the cases. Yes, we are Yorkville University, but I have to say, Ivy is one of the best schools, business schools in the world. And it's the cases they are studying for MBA, you can compare it with Harvard Business School. So there are more than 300 cases you're studying during this program. I would say it's very expensive, but at the end, they're giving you networks. The outcome is going to be, you are going to be, I don't know, at least a director and manager that you're going to make more than 100K. So think about what step you're taking at the beginning. Whatever school you're going, and what are you going to be after graduation? An assistant or a manager?
Exactly as Rojan says. Just a small add into that. When you invest in your education, it's the best investment because no one can take that out of you. Investing in your own education, no one can take that out of you.
All right. Thank you guys for answering that. There's an interesting question here. I'm not sure if you know the answer for this, but Christian again asked this question earlier. What is the average income for a cameraman in Canada?
You know what? Depends. It's such a broad question because, for example, you can find a cameraman getting a $30 an hour. Mm-hmm. But I bet that those big productions, when you hold those 20 $200,000 cameras, they're making much more of that. So cameraman, it can be a cameraman, can be a cameraman for a TV show, can be a cameraman for a big movie. So it's just like, it's so broad. But I will actually tell you that someone to trust you holding a camera, you will be making very good money.
Great. Elizabeth had a question here. Do I need to have study permit before studying online from my country? So right now you're offering online programs, and you don't know when you'll be back in your campuses, I assume, in Toronto, right?
Yeah.
Because we don't know it either. We don't know when. We are hoping to get back to our campuses in maybe August or the latest in September, but we don't know how the situation evolves in Ontario. But right now, students can, you said your next intakes are in July and in October. Is that correct? And
July, April. Yeah, July, October, Jan, April. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So on. So the next ones.
Correct. Correct.
July and October. Can students start before arriving Canada online?
Absolutely. I mean, we don't require a study permit if the students are, willing to start online. They will be provided with their credits. If they want to apply with those credits, I don't know how much it's going to work for them in terms of, the officer when they're, collecting documents. I don't want to get into that part, but you provide them with the enrollment letter that they are studying with us. They have paid us this much, and they're taking our courses, but because of the COVID-19, they had to start online because they didn't want to waste their time. And, they are investing on their studies in Canada from back home. So they don't require to have a study permit. They can start online. Yes.
They can start online, but of course, the government announced that online education will not affect PGWP requirements, at least for the 50% of the total program. But they need to have their study permits approved, of course, to be eligible for this. So, Elizabeth, if they don't apply for a study permit, or if they don't have their study permits approved, it's not guaranteed that they'll be approved later on. So they'll just end up taking the online courses and perhaps finish it, earn their degrees. But if they're looking for PGWP, they won't be eligible for that. And all right, do you guys have anything else to add? I just want to.
Ilyas, are you offering any online programs for? Online ESL courses
we
right
do,
now?
yes. Yeah, since March, we've switched to online virtual programs. We call it SSLC Virtual. And we run all our programs, ESL, specialized programs like IELTS preparation, power speaking, and our Pathway program online. And students are able to take it. Of course, we had to do this for our current students here in Canada, but we have students studying with us overseas as well. And all of our partners, of course, everybody switched to online during COVID-19, and they all accept, because we run exactly the same programs online, right? Especially for our Pathway program, same hours, nothing has changed on that side. The quality and everything else stays the same. So they still accept our online programs as well. So it just continues on.
Can I add something into this very quickly? So, Ilyas, I was thinking if you are offering the ESL Pathway programs that you have with us, so they can earn the certificate after finishing your program, even online. Exactly. So do you think that certificate that you're offering is going to help the students to apply for a study permit, like a document like IELTS, or let's say that it's a pathway to our programs? We would say it's kind of considered as a prerequisite of our degree program.
Right.
So let's say that the student take your ESL Pathway and they take our program upon finishing the program with you guys. When they finish, they can apply for a study permit with that document.
I mean, I don't want to comment on that a lot because taking our program online without the approval of study permit from their own countries will not guarantee the approval of their study permits. But of course, once you see our pathway certificate, our EP certificate, you will issue your official LOA to the student. So they'll be satisfying the English requirements for your institutions, so they can clearly show this. Or you can write a letter of explanation saying that this student has completed our Pathway Partners program, and then they don't need to submit any IELTS or TOEFL scores. So you can definitely do that, and then this can help students with their applications, but this will in no way will guarantee them anything.
No, absolutely. No guarantee.
We get this question a lot, and other schools have pitched this this way. I mean, they can definitely start online, and then once the borders are open, they can come and study on our campuses. But starting online now will only save them time and money, because obviously they don't have to pay for any expenses in Canada for accommodation or food or anything else. And it'll save them time because they're just in their home countries. They can continue working there and just take our program. I have students doing this, and then they're planning to come and study at our partner, at our Pathway Partners later on, let's say in January 2021. There are students like this who have started our Pathway program. This is possible, but again, this will not guarantee anything.
Absolutely. There's no guarantee. Even if all of your documents are there, there's no guarantee on a study permit. Nothing. No.
It's always up to IRCC or Canadian embassies abroad or the visa officers.
Exactly.
All right. I'd like to wrap it up in here because it's getting late in Toronto, and it's dinner time here in Vancouver. So thank you.
Just straight go to the bed.
Thank you once again for both of you for being here tonight, for taking your time, for presenting your schools to our students, for our prospective students, for their parents and our partners all around the world, and perhaps to our staff as well. Thank you for taking the time. Before COVID-19, we would have our partners visit our campuses, and do a presentation in person. But these days it's not really possible, but we had to adopt, and that's why we came up with this great Pathway webinar series, so we can promote our Pathway program, and at the same time we can promote our Pathway partners and their programs on our platforms. So thank you again for everyone. We'll be live again next week. We have more webinars to come. It's a weekly thing now. Twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. If Jem can share, I need to take maybe one of you down, or maybe we don't have to show. Jem, you don't have to show our landing pages. We do this all the time. Next week we'll be live again on Tuesday. Let me just see what we have next week. So next Tuesday we have Laurentian University joining us on Tuesday at 6 p.m. July 7th, and then we'll have Lakehead University on July 9th, Thursday at 2 p.m. Vancouver time and 5 p.m. Eastern time. And then week following that, we have UPEI, University of Prince Edward Island, will be joining us on July 14th at 3 p.m. Vancouver time again. We needed to adjust these times because, you know, in Prince Edward Island, it's really getting late there because of the time difference. So we're going to hold that at 3 p.m. And we have more webinars to follow with more partners. So thanks again, both to Regina and Daniel, for being here tonight. And thank you for announcing that special bursary or scholarship for our students. And thanks everyone for watching our webinars, participating, asking questions, tuning into our webinars from here, from Facebook, from other platforms. I really appreciate all of you. And thanks again. And I'll see you hopefully sometime soon. And hopefully we'll be holding in-person live info sessions at our Toronto campus, hopefully soon as well, with our students.
Let's hope for that.
You guys. All right. And Jim has shared our website, our landing pages, our websites, studySSLC.com. You can go onto our website. All you have to do is just connect with us, email us. We speak your language. We have advisors and marketers that speak your language. We speak almost all the languages here at SSLC. So don't be shy. Just send us a quick email and we'll get back to you, and we'll help you succeed in Canada and succeed in our pathway partners and in your post-secondary education here in Canada. All right.
Thank you so much, Ilyas. Thanks, SSLC, for having this webinar with us, giving us this opportunity. And it was a great and fun, webinar. We enjoyed it, and hopefully we can do it again. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone.
Bye now. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks, Jam.
Thank you.
The sun hits the planet on a different kind of angle down here. It's beautiful, it's lovely, and it's sophisticated. Canada offers stunning landscapes, beautiful natural wonders, and the Sprott Language College. Our school was founded to amplify and expand the opportunities you have in life. At Sprott Language College, we want to put you on the path to greatness. We take great pride in serving as your educator, mentor, and advisor. At our core, we are educators. Nothing makes us happier than to see our students progress and develop personally. As a country, Canada is home to a great mixture of diverse nationalities, cultures, and personalities. SSLC mirrors that spirit of multiculturalism on our campuses. Being surrounded by so many interesting people will inspire you to do great things. Vancouver is home to many attractions that bring people from all over the world. Join the incredible melting pot of ideas, philosophies, perspectives, and ideologies that we call British Columbia. Many people are attracted to the cosmopolitan lifestyle that Victoria City offers. If you love living in a highly diverse, multicultural modern city, living in Victoria will be perfect for you. As Canada's largest city, Toronto has unique opportunities you will not find anywhere else. Meeting interesting and influential people will increase your chances of finding learning opportunities and discovering your true life's passion. Join us at Sprott Language College to enhance the quality and success of your life. Now is your time.
It's amazing, it's
happens now.